fish koi. What decision did I make after the last video? Whether to cull the fish or treat them? Firstly, Moor Pond. Slightly see the fish below the grade, but I think they eat with having. I think everything's struggling. The UV that I've got in the filter, I don't think it's up to the job, especially with the heat and the temperatures that we're having in this country at the moment. The water's as green as ever, so I've given up on that one. I've had a few conversations with different people, as you know, over the last few weeks, as regards of these, how to treat Mason's koi. A lot of people are saying put them in Mason's paddling pool. I don't want to do that simply because it's bad enough taking over with all this space here where I built for Mason to play in, not as he does now because he's out with his mates. I don't want to take over his swimming pool, it's his pool. However, because of the space that I'm lacking here, as you can see, his pool's gone, and the amount of space, it's just unbelievable. Mason's fry, as you can see, I've got the vacuum out. These are growing like stink. Water's awful. I've said before, you can tell how the water's dropped with the temperatures I'm having. These are going to have a clean in a minute. Remember last time I used the big vac, one of the fish got at the pipe. This one here, the fish will stay in that tank if I get to suck one in. I do use the net to try and keep them away from the other when I'm doing it. I'm going to give them a water change now. These, I don't know whether you'll see these, straight away, look at the state of that one. That's the one I picked. There was nothing wrong with that one. There's quite a few now, there's more than I'm breaking out with it. The Sankey over there, look, it's solid. I've got the salt now up to 0.7. Again, with the temperatures, I've had a lot of water loss. It's dropped down a lot. I had a private message off Fagan. There's Fagan. Vince, Twisted Cod. He suggested as well, take the fish out of here and try the Mason's pond while that water was in. But as you know, I use that to water on the garden and the plants and stuff, rather than waste the water. And I don't want to take Mason's pond over. I've ordered a new Medikit. Somewhat else, never mind, from Royal Mail. The delivery service, we've got a great partner on now, and it's down to Royal Mail itself. The service is awful. When it's posted in our country and you can't receive it in a week, Royal Mail's just gone fixed up. But from when I was a kid to now, it's gone backwards. It should be the best delivery service in this country. But it is what it is. Vince asked me to put all these fish in Mason's pond with the water that was in, as I've said, as you can see, I've put the pond away to allow me a bit more space. Now the problem I've got, I got a tank, even though that's back about a teamer, other shops are available, but I think it's big enough to keep these in long enough. Now Vince, his ideas was, take the fish out here and bleach the system. The tank that filters the lot. Then you've got the problem then of Neopon syndrome, which is going to me, going to create more problems. And we're trying to come up with a solution of what I can do. Am I doing right or am I doing wrong? You never know till you try it. So, today's plans. Today it's due for the filters to be cleaned. So what I'm going to do with the filters is, that's the only thing I've never done with this tank, is bleach them. When they're brand new. I'm taking them sponges out, leaving the water that's in the as much water in there as I can. Take the sponges out, I'm going to jet wash the sponges and I'm going to give them a good soak in bleach. Right or wrong, I don't know, but that's what I'm going to do. You're going to say, like, you know, you took the sponges out, there's still going to be the bad bacteria in the water. That's the case, that's the case. I'm clutching at straws here, I just say I've got a clue now more what to do. Me myself, I think, if you look back on my videos, I put the water through this desalinator system, 4 4 filters there to clear the water. Our tap water, where I'm living, I won't drink it no more. It just tastes boiled. Now, over the last few weeks, watering my plants, I've done that in the earlier video. You can see how my plants are reacting. It's actually killing the plants. So I don't know what on earth I'm doing with our tap water. It's definitely drinkable. Been using bottled water, I'm trying to keep that in the sunlight. It's a bit cooler today, the sun's coming out. Temperature in here is 30.9, so sorry about the camera wear. Sod's law, my battery's gone flat on me phone. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's roughly about half 11, 12 o'clock-ish. I'm going to turn the heat off completely off Mason's. It's set at something like there. I'll drop the temperatures down, ready to get rid of these fish. So that shouldn't have been working. The temperature in Mason's pond now is reading 24. This is somewhere else. The temperature's up and down all the while. You are getting a steady temperature. It's crazy. It's been cool overnight, as you all know. Mason's fry. Oh, shine me chin. Mason's fry, 23.7. Now the heater is on in that, but that shouldn't be working anyway, because that's set at, now that should be, that's set at 24, so that should be working. 23 point something. I wish I'd got something bigger to put them in. I got that back. I just can't put that back there. If I put that there, I've got no way of getting in and out of the shed. And Mason still needs to get access to his toys in there. It is what it is at the moment. I've ordered a new Medikit again. I think it's at Royal Mail. Chip them when it comes. I'm just thinking that one now is out of date. What I've been using, taking them out and treating them, it's working, but I'm having to empty the old vat, and you're stressing all the other fish out, and then it's giving on to them fish. So I'm going to take these filters out, clean them, and I'm going to bleach them. That's what I've decided to do. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to give them a few days. I'm going to have to treat these fish in here. Like I said, I've got the salt up to 7. I'm trying to put any chemicals in there because of the amount of salt that's in. And I've been using Actaflavin. I've stopped using that because of the salt. If anybody out there knows whether I can still use Actaflavin with the amount of salt that's in, let me know. I'll bung that in as well. Me personally, I don't know. Salt is only something I've used since so much watching YouTube videos. I never used to sprinkle a little bit in that pond about May, every year about May, and only a little bit on the bottom of the pool. That's all I ever done, and I never had a problem with that all the years I've had fish until I went on YouTube, and now everything's gone tits up. Again, is it the chemicals that I work in? My personal opinion is they ain't working. You know, the price is now almost double from 3 years ago. It's crazy, absolutely crazy, and they ain't working. Everybody you watch the videos, you see people now overdosing, which means you treat them. Some treatments is you treat them one day, and then it's 7 days later you treat them again. 7 days later, then they should be okay. People now treating them almost every day with the same stuff. With the same stuff, and it still don't seem to be working. So I don't know. I don't work in them sort of materials, but I just don't like coming in here now to look at these fish. This is why I've always said, and I'll always maintain what I said. When you've got one bad fish, call that fish. And this is the exact reason why I tell anybody, kill that one fish, get rid of it. I've tried to treat these now to try and prove a point that you can treat them and save them. But by doing that now, I've got to now break in this tank. So it's gone from bad to worse. There's nothing wrong with these fish at all until I put the fish out of my pond and put them back in here. Nothing at all. And it's devastating. It feels to beauty. But I've got the outburst now on more and more koi. Second thing I'm thinking of doing, getting these sponges clean like I said, get them back in there, get this up and running. I'm going to rebuild Mason's pond. I'm in 2 minds whether to put tap water in and leave it for a few days. I can't go too deep because we've got our pipe bank. This is the other reason that I'm struggling. You've got to clean the water in your ponds, you've got no option. Water changes drain the water out of my pond and put enough in Mason's pool for these fish to go in. I got a problem with them fishing that pond at the moment, but I don't think I have. Of course I am, so when they come up to feed they all look good. Drain some water out in there enough for these fish to go in there, and then bleach the whole of this tank. But what I'm going to try and do is bleach these sponges first, then I'm going to have to get these fish out and treat them all one at a time. Let's get the filters out. Never swept this much when I was at work. Probably I've got the filter running. I think I've set that wrong. I don't think that's feeding. I've been feeding them by hand. Running in our sponge in. Yes, there is some bacteria in there. And you're probably all thinking I'm doing the wrong thing by bleaching them. The bacteria could be in there. It's just something I'm trying to do to alleviate if there's bacteria. Most of it will be in there. Like I said, I'm scratching my head now. I just ain't got a clue. Well, I've got a clue, like, but it's trying to change different ideas. When people say try this, try that, try the other. When you treat your fish, you put a chemical in to treat them. Sometimes it's a week, sometimes 3 days, 4 days, but let's just say it's a week's treatment. You've got to let that treatment work for a week. That treatment then is still in that water, even after that week. So by adding another chemical the week after, you're then diluting the chemical you've already put in. I'm trying not to do that. I've been pyracroflavin in. I've stopped doing that now. It's making no difference. I know up the salt, like I was asked to do it to 0.75. I've got it to 7 at the moment. That'll be a little bit weaker now because I've got the filters out. Them in bleach. If you fetch one of them from Lidl or a couple of them from Lidl, other shops available, come off your head. What a cracking bit of kit. The crud on the bottom of that. What I've noticed as well, even though I'm jet washing these sponges, I'm jet washing the crap from the outside, but you can actually see it pushing it inside the sponge. And unless you can hold them somewhere and jet wash, I'm trying to do them, hold it by hand and jet wash by hand. Unless you've got somewhere to hang them and hold them and jet wash them, it's only a battery jet wash and it's doing what I want it to do. It's how getting the whole crud, which in a way you don't want the whole lot out, because you still need the good bacteria in it. I'm just hoping I've left some decent bacteria in there, but I'm just trying different things just to see what happens. I'm going to set my hoover up now, my big hoover. Save me carrying that in buckets. Everything's back breaking as well, like everything's bending. You don't realise until you've got a bad back how much you rely on your back, and everything's bending. So I'm going to get my hoover out now and drain that. I can't drain that on the floor, that's a trouble, it's salt. I think this video is starting to come through now because I've used the water at the pond. Still see patches of it, and you can tell with more grass. That that's just where it's all been drying up. Using the pond water out of Mason's pond is what's kept that going. And when I have watered my garden, I've literally put enough water on each plant. I know a lot of people leave the things on and then they'll leave them on for hours and hours. To me that's a waste once it's gone past the roots. Here's a question I'd like to ask you. Why is it your weeds thrive? I've just pulled a load of weeds out, I should have left them in really. I've just pulled a load of weeds out the tubs and thrown in between the path. Them growing like stink. Your plants, them struggling. All wilting. My mint, that's going due to die back now anyway, but everything is struggling. That's your tap water. Now people are going to be saying, yeah, because you've wet it in the sun, or don't water more in the sun. Some of the leaves on them, look. They're looking alright. That's what, I think I've said this before, that's what May said off Father Christmas years ago. It's the bottom of it for some reason died off, but you can see it's all coming back on. Sweet pea looks struggling. This is all wilting. I know it's a koi shell. The state of that. Destroyed. I put some water in there today. Not a lot, just a bit of water. Tap water I put in that actually. But I'm all struggling. All the plant and flowers. Don't know if you've had the same thing. I'm getting hardly any flower. I've given that some water this morning. Yeah, look. All drooping, shrivelling up. So it's now good for them. What you're doing to our fish. Right, I'm going to get on clean all this up. I'm chatting bubbles now though about flowers and stuff into our koi. I've left that running. Get my big hoover out, empty that tank. Use my little battery hoover now and clean the fry out. I think I'm just going to use the water out the hose pipe. But I did use it out Mason's pond the other day because I thought that's even better for them. But I ain't got it now, have I? Once them have salt, I'll give them a damn good soak in fresh water before I put them back in. Swill this mat off Mason's mat from his pond. I'm going to get his pond built back up. Bit of black country for you. Here I've been sat in the house drinking water. Drinking water. Oh dear. It's an autumn. I've got the filters in bleach. Just put my watch on charge, having a bit of a break. Get some water down my neck. Smelling my titties off. Excuse me. Just having a little bit of a break, then I'll go and swirl them sponges out. Give me them good soaking clean water and put them back in. Then get Mason's pond built. Well, I've just come out the house, left the water on. Just have to drown a little bit out of it. Just going to give the sponges a clean soak down there. Temperature in here is 33.3. And it's cooler today. Scorch you. I bought you back because I jet wash these off with that little batch of jet wash, which is what I do regular. Soaked them in bleach. Got them in a good 45 minutes now, probably nearly an hour. Just got them in tap water to jet wash them out with the hose pipe and wash them in clean cold water. Look at the amount of crud that's still in that sponge. So even though I'm jet washing them off, there's still all that in them. I don't believe in washing it. I used to when I had my multi-bay. I used to take them out and wash them all off with the hose pipe and everything, wash all the tank out and everything. You realise this is the wrong thing to do because you need the natural bacteria. So that's why I jet wash the majority of the crap on the outside and leave the in. Obviously the reason for this is if there's any germs in this, to get rid of it if it's holding it in these sponges. So it probably is the wrong thing to do. The bacteria is still going to be in the water, it's still in the fish. It's just something else I'm trying to eliminate. And if this helps to work, then it could go the opposite way around. It might be the fact that I might have to call all of them. Like I said, I'm going to get this Mason's pond. Once I've got all these jet washed off, leave them soaking in water. While I'm soaking in water, I'm going to rebuild Mason's pond. And I'm only going to put enough water in, because obviously we want a house pipe ban. Enough for them to swim around in, let's put it that way, and survive in it, because I've got to put them all in there, then I'm going to put them all to sleep. I want to treat each and every single fish that needs treating, and see how we get from there. The other thing I'm doing, I've got each individual sponge, got them in there, washing them through with the hose pipe, and then giving them a good crunch. That's where all that crud come from. And then I've put them in there so the remaining water can drip off. I'm just hoping that I've cleaned them enough, but like I said, I'm going to put some clean water in that when they're all done and leave them soaking in that while I rebuild Mason's pond, to give them another good soak before I put them back in. And how good you can hear me. You want nothing come out of these. because he wants to bleach out this at the moment. Should have probably done this on the blue sponge. These sponges show the phone. You can see how much waste is in that sponge still. Look at that. That's just crazy. Crazy. Oh dear. Must borrow it from my glasses, and of course nothing, because these are awful anyway now, they're smudged so much. Which is another thing you need to take in consideration when you're thinking of building a pond. And the reason I'm putting these things out there is because you've even mentioned AJ before. His lad plays football with Mason's team, and he's thinking about building a pond. I know I keep harping on about these, but you can get £6, £5.99. You get yourself 3 of them. I'm trying to use a little bucket, that container over there and this one, and I don't think it can beat that bit of kit at all. The only downside with this is the cable's so thin. That's the only downside with this, but that is a fantastic bit of kit. Sucks the water out and it turns itself automatically, as you've seen before. So you've seen me squeeze them out in there, wash them with cold water, them over there draining off. That's the last one for me to clean now. Then I'm going to fill that up, move that out the way, fill that up with water and leave them soak in that water while I build Mason's pond again. Deja vu. But tell you one thing, it's another. Check your garden hose pipes out. Not the other pipe. That's how they should be. Look how the house pipe's giving. And I've just noticed I sprung a leak. Oh, it's that piece there, you Gormo. It's gone all lumpy lumpy, thumper lumper. It is a few years old, but I've never had that before. The greenhouses we used to have, there was green with like a white cross stitch type of pattern on in the house pipe. Never any good. They used to be stiff as anything, kink all the while. It used to drive me insane. So I always had these yellow ones, but I was only on about the other day. I need to get me one of them, the automatic retractor ones. I had one years ago, but they're expensive now. So Christmas coming, I'll ask the kids to get me one of them, because that's had it now. I'm going to have to chop that shorter now. I'm just going to move this box near to the filter, trying to make everything manageable with me now. Move that white box over by the filter, put the sponges back in there, fill that with water and leave them in there like I said while I clean while I rebuild Mason's pond. Jamoya, AJ's lad, it's my age. Like I said before, obviously it's old age, I'm struggling now. I never had these problems years ago. That vacuum, wash your things out, another container to swill them out, it's just so much easier. And the Uber just to suck it up rather than keep carrying buckets all the way down there, buckets all the way back. It's making my life a little bit easier. Not much easier, but a little bit easier. So I'm going to crack on. I'll get back to you in a minute. AJ, Jamoya, and all the Corinthians. Look what they call me, look. Grumpy old twat. 2 PM. Oh dear, text out here. I ain't going to fill that obviously, house pipe man. Don't tell nobody, I promise over. like a numpty. Put that tub over there by that door. Started putting water in it and realised that I needed to get in there to get Mason's pond out. So the water that was in there, there's only a bit in the bottom, I'll put him back in the pond. These here now, I'll just swap them around for. They've been having a good soak. I'm still going to leave them, give them a little bit of a squodge now. Leave them in there, I'm going to go and have myself something to eat. Have me something to eat. And a cup of tea. Oh, I can't believe how much the water disappears with the heat. I filled that up with the water out of Mason's pond. Can't fill that one too much, there's a hole in that one, look. I think Dave used that for when he was breeding his fry before. I'll have me a break and have me a Kit Kat. Look, spin you around and show you something. See that garage roof there? After I finish doing everything I do all day, that's asbestos. I've been on that scraping it, that's my daughter's. I bought this chemical. It's got, you know, it's got a daft name, I'm not going to remember what it's called. You spray it on, leave it, and forget it. I bought the biggest bottle, and I soaked it. I'd already scraped it all off, both sides. Put this spray on, it's supposed to leave it on. Now I've done that when the sun's gone down, so it's cooler. Obviously, don't be getting up there in the seat, struggling as it is on the floor. Put this stuff on there, I hadn't got enough, that's how much it's had. One, the small bottle should run the whole of that garage. We used the large bottle and it died of the whole of the garage, so I was going to put another large bottle. I think there's about five sections, like one sheet really, one polystyrene sheet that I hadn't done. So I'll soak that. Then you're supposed to just put water on it. Just rain's supposed to wash all your moss and mould off it. Nah. I went round last night when it went cooler. It was dark when I'd finished. I'd done the one side by a grass up and used the ladder. And I still had to scrape it off using an old hoe. Ho! The hardest part is trying to do this side, like I said before, I had to stand on the top of a 6-foot fence, which is about 2 inches wide. And that only goes so far down. And then there's a fence, but the fence then is too far from the garage for me to stand on and clean it. So I struggled a bit then the last bit. I've done the other side yesterday, and so it went dark. I don't know how, I bought some special paint to put like a rubber seal to put on it, and I've said I don't know how I'm going to get it on. If I use a roll, it's got to go in a roller tray, and then the roof's pitched like that, so all the paint's going to come out the roller tray. Or hold a bucket, stand on a 6-foot fence and hold a roller, dip it in the bucket and do it that way. So I've got to try and find a way of painting that roof. But the first thing I do is get on this side again, scrape that moss off and wash it off. Let that dry and then put this seal on. I'm putting this water in this pool now. This should probably be the end of this video because I'm going to get this done by Tuesday. Maybe on today. Friday today. I've got to go with my nephew tomorrow down in Wales. You've got a caravan down there. You've got to build a Keta shed, I think it is. So I'm going to go down there, spend the night down there, have a few beers, have a chill out for a change. I had a couple of days and went to the mice, took mice fishing. Got to the one place it was shut, went to another place. I've got this pole section here, I've probably said this before. I've got this pole section here, I'll try to get a cupping kit for it. I don't put it in the bag, so we haven't got a pole to use. You should use a rod and reel. Grandad got his rod out, hadn't got the reel. So we ended up coming home. This was last week. Anyway, took him Wednesday, he's had a cracking day. Got busted 5 times. Brand new elastic, busted the complete elastic, took the whole lot. Got the elastic back, it was floating on the pool. But really snapped its tail long enough for me to use it. So I bought him some new elastic, that's come today. Anyway, going off the koi again, just different things going on, and people think, well, how come he don't get this done? When he's got all day, every day doing nothing. I'm on the go all the while. So I'm going to go and have me some cup of tea and some of tea. Some of tea, a bit of black country look, and let this fill up a little bit, not too much. Like I said, just enough for the fish to be able to swim and survive in it. I'm going to be back now till Sunday. Might get this done Monday, might get it done by Monday. I'm going to get all the fish out of the tank, put them in here, get through all the bad ones, swallow them in here and treat every single one and put them in there. And I don't know whether to leave the good fish in this water, I don't know, I'll see. I might put some, what's that treatment called now? Bear with me, just put me over out there to dry my battery over. Cracking bit of kit if you've got fish, I tell you. Oh, you better believe it is. Oh no, where have I put it up now? I did say I ordered another paramedic kit there. The thinking is, I used that when I treated Goldie, so that's got to be, I should imagine, 3 years old. Must be in the other bleeding shed. The old current board. Yeah, we don't put them there. I don't know where I've put it. I'm going to find it and I'll get back to you. Right in front of me mince pies. Sorry about the sun. Bacon. I put a couple of them in the filter a few days ago. I don't want to overdose it in there. This stuff, that's a new bottle. I bought that. There's a bottle in the other filter house. I've used that. That I done it. This, I bought that. That I done it. This, I bought that. I used that. And the bacon I already had. This is one per 1,000 gallons. I put two tablets in here. Well, I put it in the filter box. Different things I've been using. And that the other bacteria stuff I've been using, ain't that Medikit. I'm thinking it might be because it's hard to date. Anyhow, I got the strength, so I've ordered another kit. That's another reason why I might wait until that arrives. The only trouble is it could be 4, 5, 6 days. You don't know now. I'm going to have my swim dinner. I'll catch you in a bit. Ooh, back after dinner. Water's still going in there. Just had a little bit of a mess with them. Still smell bleach. So I'm going to do is try and squeeze them out now and fill that up with clean water again and try again. So I'll get rid of the smell of bleach. Okay, I'm trying to show you what I'm doing here now. I've emptied this bucket out, this black bucket. Salt chunk. And I've got water in the clear bucket. How's them doing? Squeeze some water in my hand and smell it, and there's no bleach on it. So all I'm doing now is clean water, and now all that crap's out the sponge. You can see how quick the water comes out the sponge. Again, squeeze it, get the water. No bleach on that at all. That's what I'm after. That comes out there now. Last one. You see the water's only on low. No bleach. It's important that you do that. If you can smell bleach, then obviously there's still bleach in it, and that's what you don't want on your fish. Right then, that's that little bit there about to swill them off. I ain't trying to show anybody how to suck eggs, just what I'm doing. You can smell bleach obviously strong. I've done it until I'm happy. I can't smell bleach in there. What I'm going to do now is just let them drip out a little bit and put them back in the filter. The filter's still running, even without the foaming. The filter's still running, and yet there is some of the waste in there. I'm defeating the object having the waste in there. I probably am. I don't want to kill the bacteria completely, which might sound stupid, but this is the risk I'm taking with these. The other way is get all the fish out and bleach the whole system, and I've got a bigger chance of new pond syndrome. The water in Mason's Pool now. I'm going away in the morning to my nephew's caravan, like I said. I'll be back Sunday. Leave that water in a few days to dechlorinize and all that. And then hopefully then that water will be good enough. Depending on how I feel when I come back Sunday, I might just take Sunday off as well. I'll get the fish then out of here into Mason's Pond and we'll go from there. Well, as normal, nothing was to plan. The cowfish koi. Been away for 2 days. Been down Aberystwyth with my nephew has, helping him out with his caravan. A few things down there, so we spent the night. Come back yesterday. Now what I've done, I've ordered, I might have said this earlier, I've ordered a new Medikit. Because what I'm using, I do believe I used on Goldie, and that's probably been 2 years ago. That fish down the bottom there, that was one Mason had off Mad Dog in that glass tank he had in the house. Now there's nothing wrong with him, he's come out of my main pond. He's just been sat on the bottom when I've come in here earlier. I'm up now because I think I'm going to feed him. I've had nothing for a couple of days. The one that Mason picked, he was flat on the bottom as well. He's up and swimming about, but I'm looking really bad. For the start of that, salt is up to 0.7. Now I've just put Aquaflavin in. I'll stop using that because of the strength of the salt. My plan today was just looking at his little ones are all bunched up as well. They're normally up and swimming about. I've actually turned the heater off, Mason's Pond. It was only set at 13 anyway, water running, so I've turned that off. Believe it or not, while I've been away, Mason's been playing in it, but it's his pond at the end of the day. Been down a friend of ours who Mason swims with on a Thursday. He's a good mate, and they got one of these pools, but it's like sort of, I don't know, 5 foot deep, same size but 5 foot deep. He's got his head stuck on one of them now. I still don't want to use this really, but I'm really straight with these fish. I would have called them, I've said that before, how bad they am. But I'm set out now to try my best, as hard as it is. So that's, as you can see, I've got an aerator in there. It's only a tiny little stone, that's all I've got. But hopefully that'll keep the water a bit. Mason's been out, bless him, and tried to clean all the flies, but them back in it again. The only thing I'm worried about this is herons. If an heron comes over and spots that, he's going to be having a nice dinner. Albeit with bacteria. That's something else you don't want, because they're eating it. If they drop it in the canal or whatever, because we're right by the canal. I'll take Mason down there fishing. You don't want them dropping it in or spreading it somewhere else. I'm still all up and swimming, as you can see them coming for feed. There's more and more, he's got it as well now, look, there's more and more got it. And that stuff I arrived, which has really pissed me off. Sorry for the language. It's so frustrating. Why do they say they're going to deliver it in 2 to 3 days and you don't receive it? I think it's just a scam for you to buy it. And I don't want to, the shops that deal with stuff like that by me, well, I have been here for 2 days, so I couldn't have got it anyway. I'm so far in between. I don't want to drive around using fuel to find out they ain't got that kit. And I ain't got the phone numbers to some of them. But I am totally gutted. Today's Monday. If I don't receive that today, I'm going to take these out here, put them in Mason's pond or Mason's swimming pool, and the only thing I can do is put these to sleep one at a time and treat them like I did before, but it'll give me a chance then in Mason's pool to check every single fish. I've ordered the proper gear that puts them to sleep as well. The stuff I use, it does it perfect. You can see them all up and swimming about now. And on a bit of a panic, I've put a bit of aquaflavin in there just to see if that'll control it a bit. I'm absolutely gutted. This is why I've always said, and I've said this earlier on, when you've got one fish that's like that, pull it. Because now look, I've got an outbreak. Instead of losing one fish, I've got a chance of losing 7 or 8. And that's what you do when you take the risk. I'm hoping by the time you see the next video that I've got this under some sort of control. It will either be I have, or they've all been caught. It's as simple as that. I did give them a water change. You've seen how I've cleaned them, bleached them sponges out and cleaned them all up. Not an happy chappy. Awful. I'd like to get the net in there. I keep thinking I have to get in the net in and just spray them and put them back in. But it's remembering which ones you've done and which ones you are. Anyway, I'm going to end the video at that. There's nothing I can do till the medikit comes up. Temperatures are dropping a little bit now. Forecast a bit of rain this week. I'm just stopping the temperature. I'm going to check that in a minute. The temperature in here and the temperature in Mason's paddling pool, sort of the difference is. It's reading 20 degrees in here. And look at me. I've been chomping on that again. These things now, I don't know why, they just don't seem to be. You've got to keep messing with the battery in the back of them for them to work. I've got to take it apart and check that one out. Guys, one look at showing you, mate, my shoulder. Nature on that should be at 24, that should, but I'm happy with that, 23.8. They've all disappeared for some reason, look, I don't know why. Don't know what's going on there. They're normally up and swimming about. Give them a little bit of a feed. Check the salt. Check this bloody temperature gauge. I might take that one out of there, put it in Mason's paddling pool. There's a bit of a difference between the electric one, I don't know why, and the batteries one. But I'm using them on all 3 pools now, so I want to take this one out of here and put it in Mason's pool, so I can keep an eye on this tank and that one, try and get them together. And I do keep thinking, take them out anyway and put them in there, a bit of fresh water. I don't want to make them worse. I don't want them to be in there for a week if I can help it, like I said with the nether. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video at that. I'm going to take these apart, check these temperature gauges, get it all organised, ready. Then hopefully by the time you see the next video, I'll be showing you how I've treated them. Share the videos if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you don't mind, and as always folks, don't forget to polish our thumb. You know you want to. Until next time.